Today we're covering some of the best tips and tricks to help you with your new OnePlus Pad 2. So let's go ahead and get started. Nice thing about the software on the OnePlus Pad, which is called Oxygen OS, is there's a lot of things that you can customize that you can't always do as easily on other devices or make changes to. If you pinch on the home screen or tap and hold, you can rearrange the apps, group things together, that sort of thing, add or subtract widgets. But down here at the bottom, you also have wallpapers, icons, widgets, transitions, lots of things that you can change to make it just the way you like. You can even make the icons larger or smaller and change what the shape of each one is. And you can make the app name larger or smaller as well. Under more, there's a couple things that you might want to change in here. You can turn on double tap to wake or turn off the screen. You can also change the lock screen shortcuts from Google Assistant to device controls, flashlight, QR code, or none. You can also change the clock style as well. You've also got this little sidebar over on the edge, pretty similar to what you see on Samsung devices. Pretty much whatever app you want over on the side. You can also tap on the little line here at the top to move the location of the bar. You can even put it on the opposite side of the screen. You also have your app drawer down here in the dock along the bottom. Or you can just swipe anywhere on the home screen to access all of your apps as well. You can swipe down on the home screen to get your notifications or your shortcuts over here on the left. You have your volume and screen brightness. You can also add a few other tiles here by tapping on the three little dots and then hit the plus symbol on whichever app that you want to add. Under wallpaper and style, you've got quite a few things that you can change, like wallpapers, fonts, icons, colors. You can also change the quick settings. You can also change the style of the quick settings. Or you can make the display size a little bit smaller if you want to fit more things onto the screen. Under home screen and lock screen, you've got system navigation, you've got buttons or gesture navigation. You'll also notice if you're on buttons, you've got the taskbar down here at the bottom. If you tap and hold on this little line down at the bottom, when you're in gesture mode, it'll bring up the dock. Tap and hold again and it goes away. You can also swipe left and right on the little line down at the bottom to switch between all of the apps that you have open. If you swipe up and hold, you can clear all the apps. You can also tap on the three little dots to do split screen. Tap in the middle and you can swap sides. You can also bring up the taskbar to bring up multiple apps. Then you can tap on each one to sort of flip back and forth. Or you can tap on the three little dots and swap sides. If you use 5 fingers and pinch the screen, it'll show you all of the apps that are open and you can view them in sort of a smaller view. And then just zoom back in, use all 5 fingers to use in full screen mode again. You can also go under display and brightness. Under screen refresh rate, you've got a couple options here. You can do standard and 60 Hz or high and 144 Hz. Or if you leave it in auto select, it's going to be a little more balanced because if you keep it in high, it will use more battery life. Another thing to consider is if you go under battery, under more settings, there is a high performance mode. So you can get better performance out of this tablet, but you're also going to get worse battery life. So just something to keep in mind. Maybe if you do a lot of gaming or things that are more intense, it kind of depends on what you're looking for, and then you can turn it off in the notifications. One thing that I always change, if you search for power button under settings, if you currently press and hold, that'll bring up your voice assistant, but I always prefer the power menu. If you double click the button, it'll bring up the camera, or you can turn that off as well. Now, if you do have the Stylo 2, it's pretty nice. You can just attach it right to the side of the tablet along the top side. And you can attach it in either direction. If you tap on the little icon, it'll make it larger. So you can see what the battery life is of the Stylo 2. If you go under System and Update, you'll see Stylus, and it's going to give you some information about the Stylo 2. You can also change where it says double tap to switch. Right now it's on between current tool and eraser, but you can switch it to current tool and last used. You've also got show color palette or off. You can also swipe from the right corner if you want to bring up the Notes app. There's also a screen off note that you've got to turn on in the settings. It automatically opens the note app in full screen so you can write down whatever you need to. You also have the option to use this as a virtual laser by turning on presentation mode. If you go to settings, about device, it'll tell you which version of Oxygen OS you're on, how much storage you've used, processor, battery size, RAM, camera megapixels, and so on. If you tap on Oxygen OS, that's where you can check for your Android updates. It looks like this one's already updated. Under display and brightness, you can choose between dark or light mode. I always turn off adaptive brightness just so I can control it manually. It might be useful for some people though. Now, if you have the keyboard case from OnePlus, it's actually got some pretty nice shortcuts here along the top, like screen brightness, your assistant. You can lock or unlock the screen, but you can also turn off the touchpad if you need to. You also have volume control, mute, and media controls as well. You can also hit the escape button to go back or to go back to the home screen. There's definitely a lot of cool stuff about the official keyboard. It's actually a really nice keyboard case. I still don't think it's quite as sturdy as the older keyboard case for the original OnePlus Pad, but it's still pretty nice quality. You also now have video out on the OnePlus Pad 2, so you can use an adapter to connect to a projector, TV, or external monitor. Pretty much anything that works with the USB-C adapter, which is something you didn't have on the original OnePlus Pad. For me, I definitely think that should be standard on pretty much all tablets. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.